I think we good. I think we good. Let's bring this in. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Yeah. What's good, y'all? What's good, y'all? What's good, y'all? What's great? Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Can the Brothers Get a Rap podcast. I'm your host, Ashley Lovechild. I'm joined with my brother from another mother, the co-host of the show. Blood couldn't make us any closer. One of the best photographers in the world. My brother, Santana. Say something to the people.
What's good? What's good? What's good with y'all? Appreciate y'all for tuning in. As I said, y'all could be anywhere, but y'all here with us tonight. We appreciate y'all for that. As always, we got a jam-packed show, and we just gonna get right to it. You heard?
You heard? Tonight I'm rocking, my second favorite NBA player of all time. I don't know if y'all can really see it. It's that Grand Hill turquoise Pistons jersey. Know what I mean? I was real hyped when I copped it. You know what I'm saying? I haven't had one of these since I was a youngin'. You know what I'm saying? So I got the turquoise 33 Grand Hill. You know what I mean? So I feel great tonight. You already know what time it is. All right, y'all. Let's jump right into it. First segment of the night. Popular opinions. This segment is brought to you by OUV Records. Y'all see it in the top corner. OUV Records, again, at OUV Records on Instagram. The label motto is create, document, and inspire. Make sure you stay in tune to the new music and merchandise. Again, at OUV Records on Instagram. First question of the night. Again, y'all, these are the world's questions, so stick to the answers in the questions. All right. Shout out to Rowan Jack already in the
Was
building.
good.
You already know what time it is. This segment is brought to you by Terry Crews. He started already. He started already. This is gonna be super fun. All right, y'all. First question of the night. Best 90s anime on this list. Best 90s anime on this list. All right, y'all. Number one, G.I. Joe. Number two, Transformers. Number three, Thundercats. Number four, Ninja Turtles. Tough list right here, though. Tough list. Thundercats.
Mm.
Got the echoes.
I'm gonna have to go with Thundercats, man. Thundercats
Why,
was live.
why Thundercats?
Thundercats was part of that Toonami early days when Cartoon Network had that Toonami slot,
Uh
and
huh.
it was Thundercats. I remember it was like Ronin Warriors. It
I
was
remember that.
uh,
I remember that.
uh it was another joint. It was like some Gundam Wing joint. But yeah, Thundercats was like part of that lineup, and Thundercats was type litty, so that's what I watched. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. All these was fire. Like let's just get this. Let's start this off correctly. All these are fire, right? I'm seeing GI Joe. I'm seeing Ninja Turtles. GI Joe was fire. GI Joe was fire. And if you had the GI Joe little green men, now I'm saying they didn't move. They stayed in one spot. You feel me? But if you get a whole pack, you know what I'm saying, you can get you a whole war with the GI Joe action figures. They came like this big. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of telling my age a little bit, but they was like this big, and you get like 30 of them. You know what I'm saying? And you put them around your books. It looked like, you know what I'm saying, y'all at war. You know what I'm saying, on the even plane, but you put it around some books, some covers. Now I
Mm.
mean, it looked like it was more than what it was, but GI Joe was popping. Thundercats was popping. Transformers, it hit different with them toys. But me personally, I gotta go with Ninja Turtles, bro. It, at that time, Ninja Turtles for some reason was just so gritty. It felt so New York. They wasn't like happy all the time. It's outside of Michelangelo that, you know what I'm saying, he just want to get his pizza on, you know what I'm saying, and his cowabunga on, you heard? So outside of his happiness, everybody else was just like, and especially Raphael, he was just like, yo, just going through the motions. So me personally, I have to go with Ninja Turtles, and I think they had the best villain because the Shredder is the best villain. When I think of when I think of Thundercats villains, Transformer villain, which is Megatron, GI Joe's villain is uh the Cobra. No, they were the Cobras, right? The Cobra Command, something like that.
Mhm.
But Shredder just had that mystique. You never seen his face like that. Then when he turned into Super Shredder, drinking the ooze. Now I mean, like, so me personally, I gotta go with Ninja Turtles. You know what I'm saying? My brother went with Thundercats. I'm seeing a mix of Ninja Turtles in the chat. I seen GI Joe in the chat. So it's a mix of it's a mix. You know what I'm saying? It's a mix. It's a nice little gumbo of answers. All these shows is top tier animes. And I wouldn't be mad if they remade any of these and really brought them back in today's, like how they did X-Men 97. Again, I chose Ninja Turtles. My brother chose uh, uh, Thundercats. Again, it was a mix in the chat between G.I. Joe and Ninja Turtles. The rest of the world chose G.I. Joe at 34%. What do you think about that?
I mean, it had a big following. It was around the time, like, you know what I'm saying? When it came out, it was like a bunch of those kids grew up on that shit. So it was
Yeah.
later on when we came around, but they still nostalgic for it. And they still got some good like episodes where they dropping gems on that shit. So I came and knock G.I. Joe. They got some jewels in there.
Mm-hmm. It's a fire show, but I don't remember majority of their characters. Like, if I tell you to name me three characters of the Thundercats right now, I'm pretty sure you can. Right off the clip. You know what I'm saying? If you ask me to name all four turtles, Shredder, his man's, his right hand man's, Casey Jones, April O'Neil. Like, I could just go down the line. The Foot, you know what I'm saying? The Foot is the most gangster. The Foot is the most gangster crew ever in New York City, ever. Like, the Foot just come ransack you. You don't know. You don't even know what happened. Like, yo. Yeah, the Foot was just up in here, like, and they get busy. The only people that could beat the Foot is Ninja Turtles, Casey Jones, and obviously the Shredder. But everybody else is food. You know what I'm saying? So the Foot, y'all put some respect on the name. I'm seeing in the chat, Roy Jack said he had three brothers and he was Leonardo. I remember those days where you get a couple of your mans and them like, yo, like we used to argue who's gonna be Raphael because he was the most gritty out of all of them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, or Leonardo, you know what I'm saying? So I remember those arguments. Nah, I'm Raphael. I get it popping. Like, I may lose a fight because I got jumped by who? The Foot. The Foot had it was just too much. It's just too much of them. So they, you know what I'm saying? They had to hit him up real quick. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I remember those days myself. Great times, great days. All right, moving on to our next popular opinions. Best R&B album in 1991 on this list. And if you look it up, 1991, there's legitimately 15 classic albums in 1991 that's R&B only. We ain't even talking about rap. 15 classic albums. That's a lot for 1 year in R&B. So we're gonna get to the creme de la creme of that list. Number one. Hold on. Something's off right here. All right, so number two, I gotta go with number two because number one is wrong. So number two, Boys to Men, Cooley High Harmonies. Number three, Tevin Campbell, Tevin album. Number four, Jodeci, Forever My Lady. Going back to number one, I'm gonna slide in Michael Jackson, Dangerous album.
Mm, I'm gonna have to go with the Michael Jackson Dangerous album because that's the one I had access to at that time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm seeing Boys to Men in the chat. I'm seeing Boys to Men. Okay. So you go with MJ. I want to go with MJ too. I ain't gonna hold you but it's something about that damn Jodeci Forever My Lady album. It had too many hard body parts on that album, bro. Like it's just too hard body. Like it
Mhm.
was too classic. Then, not to mention, we talk about Martin all the time. Then later on, they go on Martin, and then Martin, sings their song while they performing on his show. Like that album was just too classic, and it hit a different way for me. That Boys to Men album was fire because I remember when they first came out. You know what I'm saying? Like people, oh, he's the man, ABC, BD. Like people was going hammies on that album, so I remember that myself. So I went with Jodeci. You went with MJ. In the chat, I'm seeing Boys to Men as well. Um, the rest of the world chose Michael Jackson at 44%. What do you think about that?
I mean, I just remember that album just being on repeat in the household. You know what I'm saying? That album was just, you know what I'm saying? It was just a lit album, and we got it right when CDs was just being like pressed up. You know what I'm saying? So I was able to listen to that song like at my own leisure at the time. You know what I'm saying? Because music wasn't like easy, like accessible as it is now for everybody. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
You
yeah,
got the money to go buy the CD. It's
yeah.
on the radio, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? Or on TV if they even playing the music at that time. In 1990, they was probably barely playing music videos like that for our culture. Very few times. You know what I'm saying? So when I was able to hear the songs off that album, yeah, it was fire. So it's a
And
classic. Sure.
so if you want to listen to that album, you can't listen to that tonight. You gotta wait till Thursday. You get your money, you know what I'm saying? You take some of your money and you hit the mom and pop shop and go cop you an album. You know what I'm saying? That's how you had to run that. And you had to live with them albums for a good year. You know what I'm saying? It's not like how now it's like most people they sit with albums for like a couple weeks and then they move on. Before you really sat with an album for like a whole year, if not longer. So, you know what I'm saying? Fire days though, fire days when we with some little jits. All right, moving on to our next popular opinion questions. Uh, best actor on this list. Number one, Omari Hardwick. Number two, Terrence Howard. Number three, Blair Underwood. Number four, Michael Ali.
Out of that group, I'm gonna have to go with the more established actor. I'm gonna have to go with Terrence Howard on that one. You know what I'm saying? More established, more diversified roles and big roles in the movies in the big screen as well. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm gonna go with Terrence Howard on that one.
Okay, you're going with TH. Me personally, overall, as far as the balance, the work, um, I'm gonna have to go with Blair Underwood. Blair Underwood he's been doing this for a long time. And Blair Underwood is so believable in everything that he plays. Like when you think of Blair Underwood and you see him in, I believe it was one of the Medea movies where he was such a bad guy, but he was playing like he was a good guy and ended up with the grit stone on him or whatever. Then he's in another movie called Ascender where he plays like this photographer. He loses his wife and then he changed basically into a murderer. Then then you see him at playing the straight, cool dude and set it off where he doesn't even realize his little shorty is a little bank robber. You know what I'm saying? So his ability to be believable in several different aspects of his discography is just on a whole nother level, in my opinion. So I went with Blair Underwood. My brother went with Terrence Howard. I'm seeing Terrence Howard in the chat as well. The rest of the world went with Terrence Howard at 39%. What do you think about that?
I mean, with his plethora of work out there, like I mean, son, he definitely deserves it. He's had many top tier work, low tier, middle tier, TV, you know what I'm saying? TV, movies, all that. So I mean, shout out to Terrence Howard. He been doing it just as long as all the others on that list. So each and everybody on that list is top tier in their own right as well too.
Mm-hmm. I agree. All right, y'all. Moving on to our next popular opinion questions, and y'all don't forget to hit that like button. We love, and continue to show that love in the chat as well. All right, y'all. Next question: favorite Fresh Prince episode on this list. Favorite Fresh Prince the TV show episode on this list. Not the new one, Bel Air, the original series Fresh Prince. All right. So number one, season one, Mistaken Identity. Number two, season two, Striptease for Two. Number three, season four, Papa's Got a Brand New Excuse. Number four, season five, Bullets Over Bel Air.
Season 4, Papa's Got a Brand New Excuse. That let me know Will Smith was that guy. You know what I'm saying? Off that episode, he was great up until then, but when I seen that episode, that's when I knew like, nah, he on a different scale. And then after that episode, he just blew up from there. Not saying he wasn't blowing up already, but
Right.
from my perspective, like he got mad movies. Every summer he had a movie. You know what I'm saying? For like a good 4 or 5 years running. Like every summer he had like something going on in the movies. A summer blockbuster was like a thing in the 90s, and he was running that game for a little bit. So that's
I
one of the episodes I felt like was where I knew like, yeah, he's gonna be the one.
I think what, just to echo your point, it was like he was popping already. But after that particular season, after that particular episode, his craft and his skill was like, oh, it's like that. Because, like, let's keep it real. The show was popping, but we've known him to be a goofball up until that point. That particular scene, it was like people felt that. And the real and to keep it real with you, his father's always been in his life in real life. So where did he draw that to give that performance if he's never gone through that? See what I'm saying? So that took his skill level. It's one thing to be famous, it's one thing to be popular, but when you're skillful, it takes you to a whole nother level. Some people didn't understand some of the episodes. So Mistaken Identity season one is when Will and Carlton decided to drive one of the judge's cars up to like to a place where they're well, basically Uncle Phil and his judge friend is going to be chilling. Cops pull them over, think they stole the car, and they end up in jail. This is the episode where Uncle Phil and Arviv, they come and regulate at the police station, and then they was locked up with the biker Pavarotti with the crazy vocals all in the cell. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Which is my favorite episode. That episode is my favorite episode because they stuck in the cell and dude is just walking around singing mad vocals, and then after he will sing his riff, he will grill him like it's like yo, and then of course the icing on the cake is Uncle Phil and Aunt Viv coming in the police station and regulating. Um, some people didn't get striptease for two. It's the iconic episode where they do the striptease while Carlton uh, is stripping and his mother is there and she catches him stripping while he's doing it to Michael Jackson or dancing to Michael Jackson. Papa's Got a Brand New Excuse. You already know with the breakdown, Bullets Over Bel Air is when Will gets shot. Carlton goes get a gat to regulate, and so that's how that go. You know what I'm saying? Why you laughing? Because Carlton's about to
But
run
yo,
jail.
there's like, yo, Carlson was gangster for that, yo. He went to go got a pistol, went to go handle his. Oh no, this time my cousin, so I can't let that ride. So
All that buffness for no reason. You know what I'm saying? Carlton wasn't having none of that. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't trying to hear they too strapped. He wasn't trying to hear none of that. It's up.
they could
Like
be in
what?
the hospital right now, so you won't even know. So.
Y'all want these billing problems? All right, give me a second. I'm
Nigga
gonna go give me a gap. You know what I'm saying?
up and it's stuck. You know what I'm saying?
All right, so you went with Papa's Got a Brand New Excuse. I went with Mistaken Identity season 1. I just think that episode is too funny. In the chat, they agree with you. Papa's Got a Brand New Excuse. The rest of the world, no surprise, they chose Papa's Got a Brand New Excuse season 4 at 57%. What do you think about that?
Like the world said it. Everybody agreed upon what I agreed upon. Like that episode, it was so powerful. It made me almost forget I had a damn father. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was that strong. Like, damn, my dad don't be mine. I just seen the nigga yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Episode, come on. He's so powerful and so convincing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, hands down, son. Will Smith is a legend. I don't give a damn if he's slapping Chris Rock or not. You know what I'm saying? Keep doing what you do. Keep dropping these hits. You know what I'm saying?
When he was a baby, I just had these fears. You know?
It just happened. I don't know why he acted it like that, son. Like,
Yo, shout out
with
to
them,
Big Marine because he
with
killed
them acid wash jeans, son. The shit was mad hot, kid. Like, yo, nah, son.
with the trucker hat, like with the trucker beanie, like you know what I'm saying, like Stonewash and the trucker beanie, like you know,
Yo,
told why he, told why he was an all-state point guard. Know what I mean, like yo,
he looked
Lou,
like he could like old mugs from old gas stations. You know what I'm saying? And just put them
mad,
on in his
mad,
truck.
mad beer caps in his man cave, just all stacked up. You know what I'm saying, and it spells Lou.
Mm-hmm.
All in the big cave. Like, I mean, all in the bad cave. You know what I'm saying? That is wild. All right, y'all. All right, moving on to our next segment. Our next segment is Hollywood Need to Ask Us. Please start this one off. You know what I'm saying?
It's about time, Hollywood. Y'all need to just stop playing around. I need a Young Justice movie. You know what I'm saying? I need a Young Justice movie. I need Robin on the big screen. You know what I'm saying? No Batman. I just need him running the squad. Young Justice just running through Central City, Gotham, just solving crimes. I'm like, what's up, man? Get this Young Justice popping. That team is ill. The storyline is so much there's so much material you could go after. They did have a series on HBO Max, which was pretty good. You know what I'm saying? So let's, you know what I mean, take it to the big screen. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think there's an audience for that. And after the DC series, the animated series of Young Justice, you know what I'm saying it's high time we see a movie out of them. Like all the characters, we got Robin, we got Kid Flash, we got Superboy, got Starfire, it's just a plethora of cats. Beast Boy, you know what I'm saying? Raven, you know what I'm saying? Like lit. So Hollywood, what's up, man? Let's get this going. Get this DC universe reinvigorated and put some young blood in there and start with some young justice. You know what I'm saying?
That's lit. That's lit. I'm gonna take it a little. I'm gonna give it a little nostalgia tonight, but I will want the script to be a certain way. Um, I think we deserve another Three Ninjas movie, but I
Mm.
want the adult version of them now. Now years done passed. They had to hone their skills, and
I want
now
to see
they,
how Cope doing as a father.
yeah, you know what I'm saying. They gotta come back and
The
regulate.
nigga
You know what I'm
Cope.
saying? You feel me? Like, cause when you think of the original Three Ninjas, right? Who was the most gangster person in the movie? It was Snyder, right? Snyder was about like 41, and when you do martial
With the mean slick back.
with
You know
the,
what I'm saying?
with the mean slick, like you know what I'm saying? With the
Ponytail
slick,
struggling. You know what I'm saying? The joint
with
struggling.
with the rolly in the $1,000 suits, giving
Straight
people
out of 80s Miami Vice. He looked like he just came off a coke party off the boat. You know what I'm saying? Now he about to handle business in a little. We don't even know what town and city they was in. You know what I'm saying?
no, no, we don't. No,
We
we
just
don't.
know, but you know what I'm saying? Snyder was just running the jump. You know what I'm saying? That's
And
his
got
spot.
busy, like
Got wild secret ninjas running through the joint. You know what I'm saying? Taking
yeah,
out FBA agents. DEA all over the place. Can't solve no murders.
Yo, how Snyder in the warehouse will order with the bread, and the FBI agents surrounded him, and he
They
still
got the bread and the guns. You know what I'm saying?
and
You got the guns and the butter. You know what I'm saying?
one time,
And
stop.
Buddy still got out in the damn helicopter just looking at them on some gangster like, nah, I can't get me. Snyder was lit, son. I need a revamp of Snyder, son. I need a revamp of that man. You know what I'm saying? That was a
Yo,
lit villain, son.
and he's so underrated because he was like really awesome. Like, yo, I could beat down everybody in the room, but I would smile at y'all real quick. Get a sip of this drip real quick. Know what I mean? But if you not you, he's the original. You either get down or lay down. Tell me not.
You gonna get a straight Gucci 10.5 to the jaw and get laid down. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm
Yo,
saying? No socks. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got no socks. Just straight shoot. You know what I'm saying?
and you and you
Mad linen.
and you
Just straight linen. He don't even do kind. It's linen for him. You know what I'm saying?
and you can't tell me Grandpa wasn't hella skillful. He beat the snot out of Grandpa. Like, let's keep it a bean. Like, yo, he beat the snot out of Grandpa. The only reason why Grandpa won is because Tum Tum sneaked him a couple jelly beans and was like, yo, just in case you need these, I mean, like, he beat the snot out of Grandpa. You know what I'm saying? Let's
Yeah,
keep
I need to see them grown up and raising their kids in the ways of the ninja. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? So that's what I want to see. I want to see three ninjas, pause, the growing up, the progression of the story, and like Snyder, the original Snyder got like a gangster son or nephew or something that
Some.
that give that extra tough backbone. You know what I'm
Right. He
saying?
got the young slick back. You know what I'm
The
saying?
young,
He got the young. This shit headline star right here. You know what I'm saying? Cause Snyder jump was like, whoa ski. You know what I'm saying? Whoa. Well, he was so gangster that you just dismissed it. You know what I'm saying? Like, he might kick you out the helicopter or something.
and yo, real talk, the FBI agents didn't want to have no like close
They could
call.
have shot at him, you know what I'm saying? They could have
Huh?
gunned him down, but you know what I'm saying? They didn't want
Yeah.
no smoke with Snyder, son. You see, it was they ain't doing like Nino Brown and them. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
They was
right,
in there
right,
guns blazing. It
right.
was Snyder niggas in there when they're strategic. No shots was fired. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like, whoa,
yeah,
what type
yeah,
of raid is this? You know what I'm saying? Smoke everywhere. Nobody doing nothing, getting beat up by mad ninjas. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Snyder was on a different level. He was on a different level. I would love to see a movie of the three ninjas with that progressed storyline. And what would be dope if they did this, if one of them married the girl from Japan
Oh, second
or
one.
huh? Yeah, you're right. In
From
the
the
second,
second one. Yeah.
if one of them married the girl, now she did, and her grown woman there
Mm-hmm.
with her husband, and they trying to handle Snyder and the nephew or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, I
They throwing chopsticks at each other at the dinner table type shit. You know what I'm saying? Catching shrimp with one finger type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, just concentrate. You won't catch it. Don't even worry about
don't. They gotta bring back her. You know what I'm saying? They don't bring back Emily. Emily is a whole victim. You know what I'm saying? Bring back the girl from the second one because the first one was Emily. She got
it. Yeah, she looked like she was a whole snitch. Like,
yeah,
yo.
victim, just straight victim. You know what I'm saying? So bring back the second girl. She can handle herself. You know what I'm saying? So I would like to see that. I would like to see that personally. If they could bring back Cobra Kai, y'all could bring back Three Ninjas. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
That's all I gotta
I
say.
even asked for Cobra Kai, but you know what I'm saying? Now we asking for three ninjas. You know what I'm saying?
Feel
Bring that
me?
back.
Bring that back.
They need
All
a
right,
job. I ain't seen them work ever since then. You know what I'm saying? They need a job, sir. You know what I'm saying?
all
Get
right,
some
our
Colt
next
and
segment.
Rocky. What's up, son? Get them.
Yo, go get them. You know what I'm saying? Hook them up with the good deal. You know what I'm saying? All right, moving on to our next segment. Make sure y'all tap into the memberships. We got memberships available. As y'all see in the chat, we got several members. They got their badges. So make sure you tap into the membership page. We got different tier, get different access. And hey, man, it's a benefit. So we got gold, platinum, family, and day one. So make sure you tap into the memberships. It's links in the bio, and you can access it on the community page. All right, moving on to our next segment, our must see segment, must see movies, must hear music, must see TV shows. Want to start this one off?
Now you can start it off.
All right, so hold on. Before we start, oh yeah, you said Three Ninjas. Okay. I was looking at some of the. Okay. So my must see movie, my first must see movie. Again, y'all. Today is what, Sunday? We on episode 85.
Mhm.
Damn. Woo! Episode 85, baby. Alright, so my first must-see movie is called Who's the Man? Came out in 1993, directed by Ted Demme. Cast or stars Ed Lover, Dr. Dre, Dennis Leary, uh, Bada DeJolo, Ice-T, Bernie Mac, Jim Moody, Busta Rhymes, Salt and Pepper, Bo Legged Lou, uh, Fab Five Freddy, and the list goes on and on. It's a star-studded movie about two friends that was down and out and had to get a job as cops just to pay their rent. Of course, in their neighborhood, people looking at them like, "Oh, word, that's what we doing when we becoming cops just to pay the rent." And you got to see the rest of the movie. I won't spoil it for you. Make sure you tap into Who's the Man. My number two must see movie came out in 1992, directed by Jonathan Lynn. It's called The Distinguished Gentleman. Stars Eddie Murphy, Lance Smith, James Garner, the beautiful Shirley Ralph, Victoria Rowell, Joe Don Baker, Shaw McBride, legendary Charles S. Dutton, and Grant Sadid. Fire movie. This is basically what we live in right now. It's a movie about a man that cons his way onto a ballot and becomes a public official. And the way he does it is that you gotta watch the rest of the movie to see it. It's a great movie. You gotta watch it. It's about elections and public officials and politics, but it's dope. Make sure you tap into that comedy. My third must-see movie came out in 1990, directed by Mark L. Lester. It's called Class of 1999. Stars Bradley Gregg, Malcolm McDowell, Patrick Kilpatrick, Tracy Lynn, Stacy Keach, and Pam Grier, the legendary Pam Grier. Fire movie about a young troubled teen locked up at 17. Now that he turned 18, they're gonna give him one more shot to get his life together, send him back to school. And he has to go back to school and deal with three new teachers, and you have to see the rest of the movie. If I tell y'all to see any of these movies, you got to see Class of '99 first. Fire movie. It's a different time, and like I said, it's a must see. So again, Class of 1999, The Distinguished Gentleman, and Who's the Man. Check
Yo,
those out.
shout out to Ron Jack. Got the young ones watching the classic Three Ninjas. Yo, they gonna love this. Son.
Facts.
It's a classic.
Facts.
I might even go watch that again, son. It's an old classic. All right, Chad. You know how I do with my three movies. I always got a theme. So my theme is, you know how we got hospitals and people always got a saying, a fear of hospitals. But this one is more so on asylums. So these three movies deal with asylums. Not so much insane asylums, retreat asylums, asylums for broken women, um, and we got also, yes, one insane asylum. So first movie on the list is A Cure for Wellness. Came out in 2016, stars Dane DeHaan, Mika Goth, Jason Isaacs, Celia Emor. Harry Goldner, Susan West, Ivo Nandi, uh, Geohard Giese, Eric Todd, Natalie Bobrich, Carl Landry, and Rebecca Street. It's about this multi-billionaire owner of this company who goes to this retreat in Austria, Germany, and the board of the company loses contact with him, and they send this low level executive who's trying to climb the ranks to go fetch the executive, or at least get him to sign the signature so that the board can take over the company. He gets to retreat. As he's getting there, he gets in an accident. Now he becomes a patient of the retreat, and you got to watch the rest of the movie to find out if he ever found the cure for wellness. Fire movie, fire movie. Next on the list is my classic, my favorite out of this one is Shutter Island. Stars top tier, of course, Leonardo DiCaprio, Mark Ruffalo, Ben Keasley, Michelle Williams, Emily Mortimer, Max von Sydow, Patricia Clarkson, Jackie Earl Haley, Ted Levine, Jane Carroll Lynch, and Ruby Journes. It's about two detectives solving a missing persons case from an asylum in the middle of an island where there's literally no escape. So they're trying to figure out how did this person escape their room and the island with no evidence of him ever leaving. And you got to watch the rest of the movie to figure out how they solve the murder. I mean, solve the disappearance, right? Fire movie. Again, Shutter Island, dope ass movie. Last on the list is a cult classic as well. It's called Gothica. Came out in 2003. Stars Halle Berry, uh, Robert De Niro, Robert Downey Jr., Penelope Cruz, Charles S. Dutton, Bernard Hill, John Carroll Lynch, Kathleen Mackie, Dorian Hardwood, Andrea Sheldon, Bronwyn Mantel, Sammy Sloan, and Michelle Perron. Basically about a psychiatrist who's lead psychiatrist of this asylum for women, and her husband dies unexpectedly, and as she mourns and grieves his death, she comes and finds out his, let's just say, extracurricular activities, and you got to watch the rest of the movie to figure out how does that tie into asylums. So all my movies about asylums and different versions of asylums are Shutter Island, A Cure for Wellness, A Cure for Wellness, and Gothica. Go check those movies out.
Those are fire movies. Gothica is so underrated in my opinion. People don't like to talk about it as much, but it's a very underrated movie.
Yeah, the
Uh,
subject matter was at that time was just like unheard of. It was like, yo, whoa, hold
yeah,
up.
yeah, and it was
Nah,
so underrated.
shout
Yeah.
out to King Prince. Appreciate you. Class of '99 is a classic. You know what I'm saying?
That's a physac. Um, was yeah. So Gothica, fire movie. Class of '99, fire movie. The scenes, like y'all ain't never seen no movie like this. I'm telling y'all right now. Like I want to spoil it a little bit for y'all, but y'all ain't never seen teenagers move the way these teenagers is moving. Like I told y'all about the prayer of the roller boys, how you know what I'm saying they was rollerblading with AR-15s and the long jackets. Class of '99 kids, teenagers was on a whole nother level. If y'all thought that was gangster, rollerblade, long jackets, AR-15s under the cut, and they selling coke. Class of '99 teenagers on a whole nother level, dog, of gangsterism. Of gangsterism, y'all. Stop playing. Yo, go see
Gotta
class.
go see that, son.
Go see that. Now, I will say this. Class of '99, Class of 1999 is so fire. You're going to sit there and watch Class of '99 Part 2. Don't do that. Don't see 2 or 3. That is ass. The original one with Pam Grier, the one I'm telling y'all to go see, just it's chef's kiss. It's popping. So make sure y'all tap into all our movies. These are great movies. So make sure y'all tap in, come back. Let us know what y'all thought about the movies, and we'll rapid takes on it. You know what I'm saying? All right, moving along. 3 must-hear songs. Matter of fact, put these 3 songs on your playlist. I went with a theme. I like when I do themes for the music portion. I went with Jagged Edge. So make sure you put these 3 songs on your playlist. Number 1, Jagged Edge, Walked Out of Heaven. Number 2, Promise. Number 3, Let's Get Married. So make sure you put those 3 songs on your playlist. R&B version. Again, Let's Get Married by Jagged Edge. Promise by Jagged Edge. And Walked Out of Heaven by Jagged Edge. So make sure y'all tap into that. All right, y'all, moving on. Must see shows. You want to start this one off?
You can start it off.
All right, so my must see show is called Lincoln Heights. Came out in 2007. 4 seasons. Damn, I almost did the fifth floor. Four
Mhm.
four seasons cast by Russell Hornsby, Ryan Nicole Brown, Nikki, Mike Michael Dahl. I know I teared up her last name. Erica Hubert, my son Ratliff, Robert Adamson, Alice Geeson, Michael R. Burke, Chadwick Boseman. Fire show about an officer, a cop that has to move back into the neighborhood just so he doesn't pay, just so he could pay lower taxes and a lower what they call that mortgage. So he could live into a nice neighborhood, but pay higher. But they say if you move back into the neighborhood, your mortgage will be cheaper. We'll give you a cop exception on the house, and people will feel safe that a cop is in the neighborhood. Then this is family, and then the show just takes a life of itself. Fire, fire, series. It's a must watch. I guarantee you're gonna love all 4 seasons of it. So make sure you tap into Lincoln Heights. Uh, so it's your show.
All right, my classic show for sure is Unsolved Mysteries. Came out in 1987, has 12 seasons, and it's the classic one, not the remake one.
Right,
Got to go
right.
with the narrator, the OG Robert Stack. Like he narrated the shit out of Unsolved Mysteries, son. Made you very weary about those dreary fucking lonely roads at night. Don't ride down them roads. Stay on the well-lit roads, son. Robert Stack done put you on many a time. Things done got taken, disappeared off of a sus block that you should never went on. Like, I'm gonna walk down this block with no lights on. I'll be safe. Meanwhile, we was just on a block with mad lights on. Like, just continue that way. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
Unsolved Mysteries to me was like one of my favorite shows. And it was a staple growing up. And like I said, Robert Stack narrating it just made it just that more mysterious. And it's just like, damn, what happened to these people? Did they ever find them? So it
yeah.
was just an ill show for me and stuff like that. So my classic show for this episode is Unsolved Mysteries.
Fire. Make sure y'all tap into the original Unsolved Mysteries, not the new remake.
The
The
OG.
the OG, the one that used to come on with cops and what was the other one that used to come on with the dude where his daughter got taken for real in real life.
Oh, you talking about the America's Most Wanted dude.
America's Most
Yeah.
Wanted. That used to be a nice little Sunday night before Living Color. You get Cops, America's Most Wanted, Unsolved Mysteries, then you get a Living Color.
Gotta give you some jokes before you go to night night. You know what I'm
You
saying?
know, get you
Get you some laughs real quick.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's a whole lot of that's a
Yeah.
whole lot
God
of
damn.
reality. That's a whole lot of reality. So you got to finish off with the jokes. All right, y'all. Oh, you got cologne for us?
Definitely got clone. We're gonna go back to this throwback brand is the Jean Paul Gaultier. I know many of us had it back in the 2000s. It was the bottle. It came in a cylinder, and then you open it. Had the bottle itself was the sculptor of a male. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So the fragrance is Le Male fire throwback. It takes me back to my days rocking it, and it still holds weight to this day. You know what I'm saying? So you can still get it, and it'll still do what it do. You know what I'm saying? You look good, you feel good, you smell good, you're gonna do good. So get you a bottle of Jean Paul Gaultier, and you ain't gonna steer. You ain't gonna go wrong with that one. You know what I'm saying? It's in a gray cylinder. You ain't gonna miss it.
Can't go wrong. And you know what I'm saying? You're gonna get right. You know what I'm saying? What I mean by get right, you wanna have her under the tuck, fellas. You know what I'm saying? Get you a nice little slimmy under the tuck. You know what I'm saying? All right, y'all, moving on to our next segment. It's time to rap. It's time to rap. This segment is brought to you by Button Snaps, where you get classic movies, shows, documentaries for your viewing pleasure of $4.99. First hot topic of the night. Carmelo Anthony, NBA great Carmelo Anthony, his son Kyan Anthony has now reached as the number one prospect coming out of New York City. What do you think about that?
That's what's up, son. He grinded from the bottom and really put in the work. You know what I'm saying? There was a time when nobody was even looking his way. You know what I'm saying? And he literally put in the work, and nothing you can say about when you put in the work, it bears fruit, and that's what it is. You coming out of New York, representing NY, and
Yeah.
you should. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? So rep the city like you supposed to, and do us proud, and bust their ass when you get to college. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Shout out to him and the hard work he put in to get to the level where he's at today.
Have you ever seen him play?
I've seen highlights. I never watched a whole game, but like just get some workouts in to get a little bit more, you know what I'm saying? More weight, just so you could be solid. But his game is scary, you know what I'm saying? So when he get to college and learn college and then get in the weight room and shit, put a little weight on, he's gonna be good. He's gonna be good. So his game is on point. And he number one in New York. So you know
Yeah.
how many point guards come from New York, son?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You go to a park right now, you won't have a lit point guard off your team. You know what I'm saying? Hitting you with the hee hee. You know what I'm saying? Making you think you hit D1 like, damn, that pass was on point, son. But he's just a nigga in the hood, you know what I'm saying? That's how it be in New York. Yo, it's the mecca. You gonna go to a park, and especially if it's a park where it's lit and it's known. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you gonna get some work over there, son. So
Yeah.
better
Yeah.
be ready, son. Make sure you got the icy hot ready after you get off the court, you know what I'm saying? Because you gonna get work. So shout out to him, son. Real talk.
Yeah. Shout out to Cayenne, man. I've seen him play online several different games, and he's a bucket. He's a bucket. Like he's a bucket. Like honestly, I think the conversation would be a little different if he had his pop's size. If he was 6'7", if he was 235, 240 pounds. You know, a young Carmelo Anthony. I remember Carmelo Anthony was about like 6'7", 230, solid at Syracuse, and could move. You know what I mean? And he could get a bucket when he won. Cayenne at this moment hasn't hit his. I don't want to say he hasn't hit his growth spurt, but right now he's about 6'3", maybe 6'4", maybe like a buck 75. But he's a deceptively quick trigger, step back, side, however you want that jump shot. It's coming. It's coming. Pause. And he got in gym range, in gym range. Defense has quick feet. He defends better on taller players than shorter guys, but he deserves to be number one. He deserves it. He pull him anywhere and get you a bucket. He's perfect for what the today's NBA is looking for. And not to mention, college is cool, but college don't get you ready for the NBA. The NBA, the workouts with his father has gotten him more ready for the NBA than anything else. You know what I'm saying? To get that type of knowledge from Carmelo Anthony, who is undoubtedly one of the best scorers that the NBA have ever seen, ever. So all that knowledge he's soaking up, it's already embedded into his game on what he can do. So I'm happy for him. I'm really happy for him, and I hope he continue to push and continue to keep that legacy of New York City basketball alive. You know, I'm a Brooklyn guy, you're a Queens guy. It all represents New York City, but I want to. When people say, "Oh, who's in the league from New York City?" and it's a whole slew of guys, when you name them, it's like, "Oh, all right, yeah, all right, cool, y'all got it." You know what I'm saying? So that lineage has to keep on. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Kanye and Anthony making a name for himself, not being known as Carmelo Anthony's son. It's Kanye. So shout out to Kanye and Anthony. That's a dope accomplishment. Keep it up. Keep it up. All right, moving on to our next hot topic. All right, so they're saying over 15,000 people tested positive for HIV in the state of South Carolina in the matter of a year and a half. What do you think about that?
I mean, there was a case about a guy who gave like about like 900 women HIV or some shit like that about a year or two ago and shit. So this is probably some of the effects of that right now. You know what I'm
Wow.
saying? So if he was out there and then those women were sexually active with other men and so on and so forth. So yeah, by now, yeah, it could get to 15,000 by now. Like, so it was, yeah, arrested him like 2 years ago. I forget his name or whatever, but he was around in South Carolina, that area and stuff like that. So, um, yeah, I mean, it's, I don't know what to say about that one. That's just, you gotta wrap it up, man. You just don't know what's going on out here. You gotta strap up. You gotta get tested. You gotta be more smart about what you're doing with your body out here. Um, like no jokes aside, like this serious matter. Like there's no cure for none of these diseases. So your best bet is always be safe. And then if it's a person that you really truly want to be with, then you know what I'm saying, y'all go together and then y'all get tested together and then y'all can move forward on how y'all want to move forward with y'all relationship. But well, anytime, one night stand, no matter, strap it up, everybody. You know what I'm saying? Just be safe out here.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Um, it's tough because, like, a place like South Carolina is heavily melanated. And in our community, we have this thing where we say, well, they don't look like they have anything, but you're putting yourself at risk. And it affects everybody. It affects everybody. And like I have to echo your sentiment. It's like, yo, wrap it up. You don't know people, wrap it up until that person become your person and becomes your girl or becomes your dude. If you're a woman, yo, wrap it up, yo, for real.
It's
I
so scary. I remember we've been running the town for years. I remember a point where you came, if you was with a shorty, there was no ifs, ands, or buts about it. If you ain't have it, you're not getting none. You know what I'm saying?
right.
So that's how it always was. Then it got to a point, I swear to God, shit started switching where when you had it, it almost seemed like she felt insulted that you had it. Like, oh,
Hmm.
what you mean you don't think I'm clean enough? I'm like, nah, mommy, I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm confused. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
why are we having an argument about me having protection for the both of us? Like, I don't understand.
What
You know?
what 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 Kane say in Minister Society? I keep the Jimmy hat super tight, you heard?
Ah.
Like, but I get what you're saying, but yeah, keep going.
It was a major switch, and it's like, I mean, that's kind of odd. I don't understand. Like, I believe you're clean. That's what's up. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't just take your word for it. You feel me? Like when we got some documentation, then we can have at it. But until then, it's like condom is always there. It was just weird that how that switch happens. Man. There was a time you couldn't even step in shorty crib, even though you had set it up. You
Yeah,
forget that condom, it's over, son.
yeah,
You gotta
yeah.
go to that store, son. You know what I'm saying?
I've learned, and the older I get, I've learned to have the uncomfortable conversation regarding sex before I have sex with somebody. Like real talk. Like, yo, have you ever had an STD before? And that's most times, if most guys ask that question before sex, you're probably not gonna bust no cakes that night because it's a conversation killer. But when have being safe kills conversations about your health? So you rather put your life on the line just to get these cakes instead of asking an uncomfortable question before you get the cakes. Have you ever had an STD before? Had like, and if you have, when was the last time that was? How many times have you had an STD if you had it before? These are questions that we have to ask before we put our life on the line. Because all these people got HIV and didn't ask these questions, their life is on the line. That HIV could really turn into AIDS if they don't take care of themselves in a proper way, or if their body's not built up with enough of the immune system to fight it off. It could turn into AIDS, and guess what? Now you're gone. So don't be afraid to ask the uncomfortable questions. When people say, "Oh, I'm adult, I'm grown, I'm grown, I'm adult," all right, then take your grown ass and ask the grown question. And with ladies, and some guys out there would be offended if a woman asks them an uncomfortable question about sex, right? Ladies, don't be offended if a guy asks you a question about sex or pull out a condom. Because what you just said, bro, is so true. Oh, you don't think I'm clean enough? You have to ask the question, the uncomfortable question about sex, so that way y'all can both be safe. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the purpose of having great sex if you really can't enjoy it, and then 3 months later you in the doctor's office talking about you got something? That's shit is whack. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't be afraid to ask the uncomfortable questions. And he said, Roy Jack said, and send everyone lying about having HIV to Turkey
First class.
or stop being gay. like here's the thing, like, if people are gay, they gay, right? Strap it up. Strap it up. The problem with people who are gay, in the sense of the whole thing, is that people who sneak. It's not a problem if someone is gay. They like what they like. You know what I'm saying? What they do don't make neither one of us come, right? But it's the ones who sneak. They act like they like a woman, and then they go do their business with a dude. That's sneaking. You know what I'm saying? You putting everybody life at jeopardy instead of just being honest and saying, "Yo, I like this and I like that." And when I'm with you, I'm with you. And when I'm with you, but be safe. Use protection. So that's how I think of it. Me personally, it's just the people that be sneaking, and that's how these diseases be moving. Or part of it. That's a part of the equation. All right, y'all. Moving on to our next hot topic. And don't be funny out there, y'all, because we talking about HIV. Like, oh yeah, it's hot, huh? Hot topic. All right, so the singer Danny Lay was arrested for DWI. The officer said that she also hit a teenager. It was another part of the reason why that she was stopped. Uh, she responded with, "You can't arrest me. I'm a singer." Uh, the rapper Quavo was in attendance. He was like, I guess he was kind of like with her. I don't know, but she was like, "Yo, they go Quavo right there. Like, we're entertainers. Like, like, you can't arrest me. Like, I'm famous." What do you think about that?
This has happened recently or just?
Yeah, this has happened recently.
Um, I mean, still getting arrested, so it's like, what you talking about? So, like, and you're not even one of them top A-listers, like, to even make a boisterous claim like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's just crazy. And like, and what the hell were you doing driving drunk? Like, what the fuck? Because you're an entertainer, you somehow your inebriation doesn't count towards you might causing somebody. You're not only yourself harm, somebody else some harm, which you already did.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just crazy. Like the delusion is insane. You know what I'm saying? Like, put the drinks down, get your phone out. You on your phone half the time. You gonna call an Uber? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got your phone in your hand. Call an Uber. Call your best friend. Call somebody. Pick up the car in the morning. Like, sleep in the car. Something. Don't drive home. Like, other than that, like, bro, there was many a times coming out the club wasted. You know what I'm saying? Then you went to the corner store, got something to eat, sat in the whip, fell asleep.
Yeah,
Woke up sober. All right, now I'm good to drive. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like, nah,
yeah, yeah.
not doing that. And in the city, you get hit with a DUI. Oh, forget it. So it's over for you. So the mere fact that you don't even understand that is like you about to get cooked. There was a chick that just some OnlyFans chick or whatever just left some party or whatever. First of all, had a suspended license, drunk, got into a car accident, killed 2 people. They about to fry her. So you wasn't even supposed to be driving, point blank, period. Your license was suspended. So
Yeah,
just off that alone, ain't
yeah.
nothing you could say to the judge that's gonna make the sentence that they're gonna give you that much lighter. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
people, when you drunk, you just gotta make better decisions. Have a designated driver. Like, come on. Like, we too grown for you to be getting DUIs now. Like, what? Come on.
Mm-hmm.
DWIs, DUIs, it don't matter. Like, you too old and too grown. I thought women matured faster than men. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, that would have been an adult decision, a mature decision to be like, hey,
Yeah.
you know what? I don't feel like myself because I've had way too much to drink. I'm gonna see if somebody else can take me home. I'm just saying.
I think when most people in that situation, they don't realize that you putting other people's life at risk. Just like the lady you spoke on that had a revoked license, still drove and killed 2 people. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? So because of her self-proclaimed celebrity, she felt like she deserved to get out of this. She hit some teenager as well, and because she said, "I'm a singer, you can't arrest me." It's like I've never like I never heard that excuse before. I've never heard of that. I've never heard of that. So I hope that she faces what she needs to face, because real talk, you putting other people's life at jeopardy. You put other people's life at jeopardy as well as yours. God forbid something were to happen, and I think she has a young daughter. Now your young daughter won't see you tomorrow. Now whoever you hit, they lost as well, and they don't return back to their children. So to say that, how dare you? Receive your punishment and learn from it and make better decisions. Because just if you roll around with Quavo or whatever the case may be, you could have easily called the Uber. You could have got in his whip. You could have called the driver. You could have did something else. Leave your car where it's at and pay for the parking or whatever the case may be. But you will still have your life, your license, everything still intact later on. So simple. So simple. All right, moving on to our next hot topic. Uh, Chantel Jackson, who is the ex-girlfriend of Nelly, speaks on the breakup with rapper Nelly. She said, "I left because I needed space to see if it would bring us together." What do
Listen,
you?
nobody cares. Nobody cares. Like, this is just another claim to fame. Like, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't have no logical point. You left a top tier dude to see if you was gonna get another top tier dude when you was already I had a top tier dude. That don't make no sense. You know what I'm saying? So it's just really trying to gain some clout because Nelly and shit. Then they give birth to their kid and they show him pictures. You know what I'm saying? He's living his life as a
Yeah,
top tier man would.
yeah.
As soon as you leave, somebody else is gonna replace you. You know what I'm saying? At the
Hmm.
end of the day, nobody ain't replace Nelly for you, right?
Right.
Nelly replaced you easy. Ashanti saw her chance. She was, all right, nah, fuck that. I'm gonna get back. I'm gonna get back with him. Both getting old. Ain't you know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing getting better out there for us. So she solidified her space, and Ashanti, and then the other chick, you just gonna be doing Reiki and like pole dancing classes or something. I don't know. It's a wrap. You cooked. It's over. Right.
I
It's
mean,
gonna be the dudes that go after you is gonna be the dudes you don't even want anyway.
right.
So the dudes you wanted, you fumbled that. So what do you want at the end of the day? Sympathy? There ain't no sympathy in the world for you. Like there ain't no sympathy in the world for nobody. Especially when you make your own decisions.
Hmm. At the end of the day, the way I look at this is basically the way you look at it. It's like you had yourself a quality dude in the type of lifestyle that you want. She's a nice looking lady, but let's keep it real. She's a nice looking lady. She's over a certain age. You had a guy who could, do what needed to be done as far as lifestyle. And so the next guy is supposed to look at that and be like, so if you left him to see if y'all would be closer or if it would bring y'all closer, like just based on that logic, when another man hears that logic, it goes deeper than just that one situation. It goes into every fabric of who you are as a person based on that logic because that logic makes no sense. That type of logic is not something that other men look at and be like, you know what, I want to build with her. Nelly done fumbled that. I want to take care of her. I want to nurture her. I want to protect her. So looking at that logic, other men is not going to be enthused to say, yeah, let me get with you. Other men will be enthused to say, yeah, let me hit it. Yeah, yo, bro, I just hit Nelly's ex. I hit it, but not to build a life with you. So that logic is just so off point and just is going to change the trajectory of her life on what it could have been to where it's going to be. So no matter, and then this crazy thing is, if she was to hear this and she was like, well, my life is still good. I can still do this, still do that. Okay, wonderful. But how much better would your life would have been with him? Simple and plain. All right, moving on to our next hot topic. I don't know if you heard the story of Kevin Franklin, the gospel artist Kevin Franklin, Grammy winner Kevin Franklin. He hasn't spoken to his mother for in over 23 years.
Oh, you mean Kirk Franklin?
What did I say?
Kevin.
I said Kevin. I meant Kirk Franklin.
Oh,
My
okay. Yeah.
Kirk Franklin. And I have Kevin written down too. Kirk Franklin. My apologies, y'all. Kirk Franklin. He hasn't spoken to his mother in over 23 years. So the situation between him and his mom is a crazy dynamic. His mother gave him up for adoption to another lady who is basically family, or like extended family. The lady raised him. With that being said, the mother wasn't as present in his life growing up, and the man that he was led to believe to be his father wasn't his dad. So now he knew who his biological father was, and his biological father passed away. With that being said, his mom has a sister, if I'm not mistaken, that passed away, and there was a friend of the family that said, "Yeah, I used to date, you know, uh, Kirk Franklin's biological mom back in the day when we was kids." So when he said that, everybody starts looking at him like, yo, he kind of looks like Kirk, or Kirk kind of looked like you. But all these years, they thinking that the man that passed away, that is his biological dad because he had another father figure or somebody that was known to be his dad, but it wasn't his dad. So his biological dad it was that relationship was also contentious as well. So with that being said, when he passed away, so now this man is saying, yeah, we used to date, but because the rumors start flying off, the mother calls Kirk Franklin, mind you, he hasn't seen her in over 23 years, and saying, I know the rumors is getting back to that this particular guy from our neighborhood, people are saying that he could be your biological father. I'm just letting you know he's not. He's not. I'm gonna nip that to. I'm gonna nip that I'm gonna nip that right now. He's not your biological father. The guy go gets tested on his own. He says, "Listen, I'm gonna do these swabs. If Kirk want to find out what's real, he can, but it's at his own pace. I don't know if I'm his father, but because people are saying it, I'm just gonna get this test. Long story short, if it's too late, the man ends up being his father. He confronts his mother, his biological mother, and saying, "Hey, this man is my father. We did the testing. I took the swab. He took the swab. It came back 99.9% that he is my father. What do you have to say about that?" Mom looked him dead in the face and said, "I reject the test. He's not your dad. I know who your dad is. He's not your dad. I reject it." Okay, cool, mom. Okay, cool. The test says 99.9%. You're saying it's not. We take it again. So they took another test. Comes out 90.9%. He is the pappy. Mom still rejects the fact that this man is his father. Mind you, they all grew up in the same neighborhood, and he did used to date the mother when they was kids. And because mind you, she had him at 15, so the timelines add up based on when he said that he was dating the mother. So being that she rejects it, Kirk Franklin is like, I don't want to. I don't want to have nothing to do with you because you just rejecting it. You can't even apologize. You can't even give me nothing that I could build from. What do you think about that?
I mean, that's why the DNA testing at birth it should be mandatory. You know what I'm saying? Off rip, it should be mandatory. It doesn't matter about the woman's feelings about it because their whole thing is like, oh, I know the baby's yours and this, that, and the third, and da da da, and we know the baby's mine. Yes, everybody in the whole fucking world knows the baby is yours because it's grown inside you. There's no argument or debate about that logic. Cool, but who impregnated you? That part and that aspect of the equation is a mystery until the baby is born. So that's why the DNA test it should be mandatory. And then if and when the father that you say is the father actually is the father, what the fuck does it matter? You know what I'm saying? What does it matter anyway? You got proven what you were saying was correct. Excellent. Great. Now continue being a family. So you're gonna hold the fact that you was proven correct against him because he wanted to make sure he was the father. Why? It shouldn't be a problem. But women will always get into an emotional tirade about it, but never will look at the man's aspect. What is the man's feeling behind it? It's not about you because we already know it's your child. You know what I'm saying? Let the man find out it's his. You know what I'm saying? But because we never put women to the fire, that's why Kirk Franklin's mom can live in a delusional world for 40 plus years and be like, this man that never was his father can never be his father because biologically he can't. You can't escape biology. But still, because you lived in delusion for so long, when you get hit with reality, you will not accept it. What can you do with that? And that is where a lot of black women is going. That's where y'all gonna be. Kurt Franklin's mother, like that. That is the example of what women don't want to take accountability now. You want to lie and keep lying? Okay, cool. So that's why we're gonna do DNA testing mandatory. Fuck all that. No more, no more at-fault marriages. Nope. You gotta prove it now. We done took all the shit away because y'all be forgetting that we tolerate this shit.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of men just tolerate it. When a lot of men did say fuck that shit, then what's up? Because the men that have to protect you from those other men that say fuck it, it may not be enough of us. Then what? You know what I'm saying? So the only reason y'all have any of these privileges is because men allow it. Y'all got so comfortable in thinking y'all actually did something out here and built shit. Y'all ain't built shit. I ain't never seen a woman in a construction a site with a tool belt hammer on the 45th floor. Tooling shit. You know what I'm saying? I
Mm-hmm.
don't do that shit. I know where my level is at. I'm not no construction dude. But the dudes that do it, I give them respect. You know what I'm saying? Because we need those niggas. So when you start trying to ostracize men, it's gonna be a problem, son.
There's no reason a 53-year-old man should just find out who his dad is. Kurt Franklin is 53, and
He grew up in that whole era of feminism. His mom got indoctrinated and all that shit and just lived her life, dropped him off somewhere, you know what I'm saying, and did what it do. Why
mm-hmm,
were you outside at 15 with no supervision? We don't know. You know what I'm saying? That
mm-hmm.
should have never happened. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, but that
It,
should happen. But at the same time, it's like, you knew who the dad was. You know what I'm saying? Like, at least give him that.
and one thing that always is puzzling to me, I know the answer to this, but there's no reason why a woman should be pregnant and she don't know who the dad is. Like if you get pregnant, be like, yeah, it's Tony's baby. It shouldn't be like, yeah, like, nah, I reject that. It's either it is or it isn't. Did y'all smash out? Straight is cut and plain. So if you busting it wide open for several people, because that's what the real nit and gritty is. Being that you're rejecting this test, being that you don't know for sure, then that means you was busting it wide open for several guys. Why you don't know? Why you not busting it wide open for one guy? Because I'm here for a reason. You busting it open for somebody, right? But you're busting open for for random guys, more than 2, 3 guys. You don't know who my father is, and that has to be heartbreaking because as a man, I could speak from my own. Like I know who my pops was. Me and my pops was like this. I know who my mom's was. Me and my mom's was like this. Mind you, I've had rocky relationships with both of my parents at different stages of our relationships, of our relationship. But I know who I am. I know where I come from. I come from Roland and Isetta Johnson. That's what that I know that for a fact. So I couldn't even fathom being 53 and not knowing who my pops is, not knowing where I get my stuff from, not knowing what's in my head and in my heart. It has a higher power and higher purpose, and it's connected to somebody that preceded me. I love looking at old pictures and seeing some of the men in my family just in their time, just standing there all smooth and suave with the brim, just chilling like, yo, yeah, this is where you get it from, kid. I love that. Every person deserves to be able to look at their history and feel that. If you're a woman, you should be able to look at your history, look at your grandmother, look at your mother, look at your great great grandmother, and so on and so forth, and look at the women from their time and see them in their essence and be like, damn, look where I get it from. Look at her eyes. I got the same damn eyes. Look at the forehead. I got the same. Yo, that's crazy. So when I look at them old pictures and I see my grandfather, my great grandfather, a couple of my just the lineage, bro, and I see it, I'm like, oh, I could tell he was swaggy back in the day. He got the brimmy, he got the nice suit on. Okay. So for this man tonight being able to identify with that, mind you, he has children of his own. So now they get robbed of their lineage as well. Not knowing who their grandfather is, not knowing where that look come from, not knowing where that energy come from. That to me, that's a big bowl of how dare you. That's a big bowl of how dare you. And for his mom to deny testing, like this is not like this is not like some McDonald test that they put together. This is DNA diagnostics, bro. Yeah, they could get it wrong. Of course. Of course things could get contaminated. That's why you do more than one test. Two tests by top tier DNA providers. I mean DNA people that does the DNA to to see what's what. He is the pappy. And you reject that? How can like men, we don't live in a world where we can reject something that we don't like. It is what it is. I honestly, I like my heart goes out to Kirk Franklin. Um, he also had like a documentary that showed all this as well, and it's very sad when you don't feel connected. Obviously, he didn't know who his father was. If he could go 23 years without speaking to his mother, that's a hurt mentally in his mind that he doesn't even feel connected to his mom where he could just you because we all that's one thing we love about our mothers. As old the older we get, we could share things with mom and just her energy alone make us feel better. She may not give us what we need uh verbally and what we need to move it forward, but just knowing that her presence alone makes us like, yo, it's gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying? Mom Dukes is right here. My heart goes out to him. My heart goes out to him. Anything else you want to add before we move on?
Nah, we can
Yeah,
move on.
that's a tough situation. Tough situation. All right, moving on to our next hot topic. We was just talking about Judge Joe Mathis, one of the best judge shows ever. His wife, Linda Mathis, files for divorce after 39 years of marriage. What do you think about that?
She on her sister shit. She's graduated from marriage. You know what I'm saying? I mean, what the fuck? What else you think is out there for you? There's nothing out there. You know what I'm saying? It's the retirement home for you now, by yourself. But what you gonna burden your kids with you being present when you supposed to have a man and you left that man for what? 40 years? Like, come on, son. Like, stop it. It's like this is why the new age, these new people are not coming, they're not doing this marriage shit. For what? Like, nah, it's a wrap. So it's gonna be in the next 20 years, the demographics of America is gonna definitely be different. You know what I'm saying? Because like 40 years, like why? Why? What was it? You fell out of love? Like, it ain't about love. It never was about that. So, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, the retirement is waiting for you. You know what I'm saying? Mathis, you gonna be out. Trust me, you gonna get him, he gonna be out. He gonna land on his feet. But you, no. You just left the only man that was gonna love you. The only shit out there for you is, as we can tell, like, there's all types of fucks up shit out there. And you just left your happy home to go out in the streets? I don't understand that. You know what I'm saying? Had a happy home. You know what I'm saying? Everybody could go home. Everybody could be happy. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, real talk. Like, I wonder
Talking
what.
about she ain't eating. You know what I'm saying? She ain't eating. You got money in your pocket, right? You know what I'm saying? I feed you, right? I clothe you, right? You talking about you ain't eating.
Keep your hands out your motherfucking pocket when you talking to me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Keep your hands down, B. Keep your hands down. Huh?
yeah, like real talk. I know they have to have children, and I know they have to have a son, but even daughter. I mean, you gotta have either or. It's just like, yo, none of your children was like, yo, mom. Real talk. What do you think is waiting for you?
You think old Otis from class of 49 is still out there waiting? Like, damn, I can't wait for her. Finally broke up with Mathis. Yeah, I'm about to get my shot. Stop it.
Like what? Like for real? Like what do you think is waiting for you? What?
I'm telling you,
What?
old flame from back in 74. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, bro, chill, chill. That was the last time she was single. Like, but what do you think is waiting for you? Like, that's the $1 million question. When
Old
some women
Jerome with his benzo. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get rid of your friend zone. If you trying to ride in
was
this
riding
bench,
the though, you know what I'm saying?
that's what's going on. It's like, what's the point? You do all this top tier where you become this top tier man, blah 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 blah, and then you just get left, and you gotta pay them for leaving you. What? Like, come on, son. Like, nah, son. So the deal and the business arrangements of marriage is dead moving forward. Men are not getting married. So, ladies, you might as well give it up. That Disney World fairy tale delusion y'all live in, pack it up, put a nice bow on it, take it outside with the trash because it's gonna get dumped. It's never
Mhm.
happening again. Unless by miraculous chance y'all wake up and realize the fault in your ways. We all have our faults too, but y'all take it to a whole nother level. Y'all scream you want this and that and the third, and then when pressure comes, it's like, oh no, but I'm a girl. Which I don't accept no responsibilities though. Nah, it don't work like that.
39 years is a long time to build with somebody. And like realistically, or her leaving, like you said, Judge Joe Mathis is going to be all right at this age. What do he need? He needs some sex. He needs some silence. He needs some food. He could get somebody to make him a meal. He could pay somebody for some sex. And being that you gone, he going to get some silence. Very, very
And you're a
basic.
famous man. So once the divorce gets settled, hopefully, as a judge, you should have had some knowledge to situate yourself. So if some were to occur, you're not paying all this bread. You know what I'm saying? I
Mhm.
would assume that because you do what you do at your job, that you would actually apply that shit to your life as well, too. Hopefully you did that, my good man. Hopefully you did. If not, you just gonna have to pay her bread. You know what I'm saying? Get that 1 bedroom apartment, you know what I'm saying, in a high rise, a sky rise apartment, joint, and you know what I'm saying, get crazy.
I mean, but let's keep it real. At this stage of the game, even giving her half, it doesn't change his lifestyle. It changes NBA players' lifestyle, but it doesn't change Judge's lifestyle. In a sense, if that was the case, only because yeah, you go from living in this house and you could get you a 2, 3 bedroom that's more practical. You don't even need a big house at that age. You know
No,
what I'm
my,
saying?
my thing is, if you're a judge, you will top tier in the game of being a lawyer, lawyering, legalese, legal doctrines, contracts, all that shit. There should be no reason why it shouldn't be stuff in place where it's like, even if after you do get divorced, you leave something because she been riding with you for a minute. You know what I'm saying? You leave her a
Yeah,
little, right? Only because of that. Not because y'all went to the divorce court and you got raped in divorce court, but you a damn judge.
yeah,
How you get finessed in divorce court, my nigga? You
yeah,
was the man on divorce court.
yeah.
So I'm just saying, hopefully the paperwork is straight, Mathis, you know what I'm saying? Where your shit is gooch. Cause that would be crazy, son.
Rowan
That
Jack,
your shit ain't in enroll. That would be wild, son.
Rowan
Please
Jack,
don't let that be. Please.
Ron Jack is stupid. He said someone will knock the dust off Mrs. Bad.
Please, please. We need references. We need people that put certain things in play when they go to court, and then the judge can't play certain games. Now it's in public record. So now
Yeah,
we can go back and get those shits and use it in our cases. So please, for the love of God, I hope you put in certain things in place. So when it goes on public record, we can pull up the cases and be like, oh, this how he did it? Oh, you know what I'm saying? You left us the blueprint.
yeah,
Not just the TV shows. The TV shows was great.
yeah,
Entertainment, awesome. That's phenomenal. But now the actual application that you going through divorce, if there's nothing in tow, she better take it all, my nigga. Fuck it.
yeah,
You better as well take it all. Because what the fuck was the point? What was the point of going to all that school, getting all them degrees to get finesse still at the end?
yeah,
When you've been on TV doing divorce court.
yeah, yeah,
Come on, dog.
yeah,
Like, come on, son, please.
yeah,
Please, son, please. We need
yeah.
that documentation to be right, son, because niggas is getting violated out here, crazy, left and right. Buy your own constituency. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Buy your own bar. So for once, somebody put some on public record that we can use.
Yeah,
Some.
yeah, yeah. I agree. All right, moving on to our next hot topic. So, this is so bizarre. So, Saline, Massachusetts builds the biggest Ouija board for what I don't know for what reason, but they just has a Ouija board, the biggest Ouija board ever built. Like for anybody to walk up on the property just to do their thing. What do you think about that?
I mean, it's just people trying to mess with certain sciences they have no business messing with and tampering with. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna get your just dues. You wanna do that? All right, cool. Now the shit's gonna fall on y'all. You know what I'm saying? That's just how this shit works. That's why
Hmm.
some of us don't play with that shit because we already know what befalls of it. You can't just do that and not give something. You know what I'm saying? You gotta give up something to get something. So
Yes,
sometimes what they take from you is not what you was willing to give up. So you better not play those games. You know what I'm saying?
I'm
Keep the door
surprised that
closed.
I'm surprised that this area of Massachusetts would even allow that, and that lets me know that this country and even our localities is run by a different is run differently from state to state, has a different energy because you just hit it the nail on the head. Is like y'all dealing with forces and energies and spirits that y'all cannot control. When you go knocking on that door, somebody will answer. So that lets me know that somebody that okayed this, because this is at a park. This is at a park that they have this big Ouija board.
Remember, all this love, be equal. That's what this happened. You know what I'm saying? This the floodgates y'all open. Now niggas is practicing Satanism. Niggas is practicing they want to be dogs and cats and
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying? Whatever the hell they want to be. They want to be yeah, yo, Ron Jack be Wallace. Like his last statement had me dying. But yeah, they want to be dogs and cats. So you know what I'm saying? You want to build Ouija boards. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, just do whatever, but except give us our bread.
Mhm.
Y'all want to do all this other stuff, but you don't want to cut us our check that you owe us. You know what I'm saying? Like, just cut us our check, man. I don't want to hear none of this other stuff y'all got going on. Give me my bread, and that's all I care about. Move out the way. You know what I'm saying? Tax free. Show me how to put in annuities. Show me how to put in bonds so you don't get the shit back. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna give it to you in little pennies and pinches if I feel as though you deserve these crumbs. If I want to give it to you. You know what I'm saying? So all this other stuff y'all talking about, if you're not cutting us our check, I don't want to hear none of this. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Ouija, well, for what? What are you gonna get out of that?
Mhm.
What are you gaining? What is the purpose? If you tell me the purpose, then I could understand why you made such a huge effort to do it. If
Mhm.
there's no purpose involved, oh no, there's a purpose, but you're gonna give me the spin. No, I don't want the spin. I want the real reason why you did that.
Yeah.
because I needed to make sense. You know what I'm saying?
in the area of Salem, it's like, yo, who okayed this, and then why?
What
Because
city official gave you the permits? What permits you filed for that? You know what I'm saying?
right, right.
Because
It's
for me to do anything, I gotta go down to the city to get permits. So what permits he filed?
right. Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Who did
Yeah.
he talk to?
Yeah.
Because if he could get that, then there should be no reason why you can't cut me a check.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, there's some stipulations about me, but a Ouija board is all good. Oh, all right.
They playing with them spirits in the locality. Want y'all to play with them spirits because there's a demonic energy that comes from certain things that the locality will benefit from. This is crazy. Salem, y'all got to do better. Salem, Massachusetts. All right, next hot topic. This is a question that I have. What happened to Diddy? What happened? Just a few months ago, he's the worst person in the world. He's doing all this sex trafficking. He got this going on, that going on, but he's not in jail. He hasn't been brought up on no charges. There's nothing pending. What happened to Diddy? Or was it a big smear campaign? Even if some of the things is true, not defending any of his things that he could have done, anything that's alleged. But what happened to Diddy? I thought he was the worst person on the planet. I thought he was doing this, that, and the third, and it was supposed to get him up out of here to the point where he was supposed to be arrested. He's a menace to society. What happened to Diddy? That's my question to you. What happened to Diddy?
I mean, like they smeared his name, but as far as like real allegation, I mean, as far as like real charges being brought up, they can't have no real charges being brought up because 95% of the people were consenting adults. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So what charges are we being brought up on? Like, yeah, shit was kind of fucked up what happened to Cassie, but
Yeah.
he chose that. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
She was under what's his name? Damn, she was under an artist before jumping ship off with him to go with Diddy. Damn, who the hell was it? He had a couple of songs with her in the beginning. Like he had her as his protege, and then he brought her around Diddy one time for like a impromptu meeting, and then she finessed her way off this dude and went on to Diddy. You know what I'm saying? Premeditated. You know what I'm saying? So my point is, how are
Was
we gonna?
it,
Huh?
was it the dream?
No, no, no.
Oh, Ryan Leslie.
There we go. Yes, Ryan Leslie. Yes. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you know what you was doing. So I don't cry crocodile tears for people who were consenting adults in situations like before you even got with Diddy, his name had all these rumors already. That still didn't stop you. You know what I'm saying? So now all of a sudden Cassie's a victim. Like, get the fuck out of here, son. Like everybody in that industry is all playing the same game. That's why everybody's quiet.
Mm-hmm.
That's why nobody can tell you shit about Diddy. Because guess what? You was at the party too, doing some other shit too.
Mm-hmm.
It's mutual assured destruction. You tell on Diddy, he tell on you, that dude tell on him, she tell on that dude, this person tell him, and everybody cooked.
Mm-hmm.
So guess what? Everybody gonna keep quiet. So that's what happened to Diddy. He chilling because ain't nobody gonna say shit because too many motherfuckers was in these parties doing all types of, you know what I'm saying? All types of shit. Because when they raided his crib, all they went for was the hard drives. Like they knew where they was going for. You know what I'm saying? So that wasn't no real raid. That was somebody made a phone call, got called, you know what I'm saying, Lorenzo and them, like, yo, I got a bus for you. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Go make sure you touch the hard drives. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
And call me when the shit is done. I got outside shooters. I don't want in-town problems. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that shit get done. He's like, I bet we won't get the DEA on this one. No, matter of fact, Homeland Security. When the hell have you ever heard of Homeland raiding somebody's crib?
For some, right,
Come
right.
on, son.
Yeah.
Like stop. Like, stop.
And what happened? And what happened with all this evidence, hard evidence, these tapes, and this,
You
that, and
ain't find nothing.
like
They ain't find nothing, son. And then even if you did find the shit, the evidence that you find was going to be incriminating for somebody else anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? So there really was no evidence, because the evidence you're going to pull out on him have your boss in the bag and he doing something he's not supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Face full of some booger sugar. You know what I'm saying?
Like I don't know if you've seen The Best Man Part 2, where they looking at this old footage, and then like the dude's wife goes into the room with the college student, and you see her getting on her knees and be like, oh, that's what she was doing before like you met her. So it's like it's a lot of that going on probably on that tape too, where it's incriminating evidence to other people.
Everybody getting got. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's mutually assured destruction. That's why they can't really go after Diddy like that, because it's too many people to even go after him. There's too many situations, too many people's hands in the pot, and too much money involved for nobody not to know nothing. You know what I'm saying? There's
Mhm.
too many, it's entirely too many tapes involved for nobody to know nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
JoJo knows some. He know
right,
more than Ties. I'm telling you,
right.
he know DVD players and surveillance tapes. You know what I'm saying? Because he definitely popped in the tape last night and showed him what they did. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Now all of a sudden, now everybody want to sign contracts and everybody screaming independent, but you with Atlantic and you with Rock Nation on the low, but you screaming independent. Stop. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's all about the paperwork game. The paperwork game is gone. You know what I'm saying? Once they got you on paperwork, it's over. Ain't nothing you could do about it. So now you have to go to these Disney parties. Now you have to do these other things to as the Wu-Tang would say, diversify your bonds. You know what I'm saying?
Right, 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 right.
So you gotta showcase to these Diddy parties. You gotta go to the Met Gala. You gotta do these things. You have to. Well, nobody knows what happens in these Met Gala, but yo, yet and still we so awed and fascinated by niggas walking upstairs with pieces of cut turkey on their back and cut T-bone steak on their chest. Like, get the hell out of here, son. Like, these the people we raising up. Like, stop. I'm good. It's over. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so it was just something that was on my mind. I'm like, what happened to Diddy? I thought he was the worst, the monster. Did he do it? He did it. Pause. And it's like, what happened? So we haven't heard a news stitch of Diddy in months. Nothing after it being a circus.
And guess what? Football season about to start, so you already know ain't shit gonna happen now.
Oh, that's
Football
a
time about to be over with. College already started.
fact.
Football is about to be next week. You know what I'm saying? Then next month is NBA, and
Yeah.
then October is the baseball finals and shit. You know what I'm saying? Depending on all that. So yeah, it's over.
Mm-hmm.
If they ain't have no information for people in the summer, by the end of summer, everybody done forgot about Diddy.
It's a wrap. It's a wrap. And what movie's coming out soon? Because people
Mm-hmm.
talk about The Crow. They was talking about Alien. Alien is popping. So this is about, like, again, it hasn't even been one stitch of anything regarding Diddy for all the things that he's supposed to be. And like we're talking about a good solid month and a half before football season. So it makes you wonder the powers that be. All right, moving on to our next segment. This segment is brought to you by Bravo Section. Make sure you go to bigbravosection.com. Again, bigbravosection.com. If you're in the Miami area, you can book a session with one of the best photographers in the world. If you're not, he will fly out to that session and take care of your session. Again, bigbravosection.com. You have a petty thought for us?
Chad, you know how we do. We always looking up legal definition of words in the Bible of all Bibles, the Black's Law Dictionary. I highly advise everyone to get a Black's Law Dictionary in their homes, so that way you can break down contracts and understand the words that they're using against you. So first word on Black's Law Bible Dictionary is dissolution. Dissolution is the act or process of dissolving, termination, winding up, or winding up in the sense It is frequently used in the phrase dissolution, dissolution of a partnership or dissolution of a marriage. All right. So next phrase is in person. In person is a party, plaintiff, or defendant who sues out a complaint, writ, or other process, or appears to conduct his case in court himself instead of through a solicitor or counsel, is said to act and appear in person. So that's what in person means in the court of law, meaning that you have no representation, you represent yourself. So in court, that would mean in person. All right, next word on the list is nihilist. A nihilist is one who is advocating doctrine of nihilism, one devoted to the destruction of the present political, religious, and social institution. I'd say 90% of you women is some nihilists. I want to destroy the present political, religious, and social institutions, but nothing have none to fall back on. What you gonna build? You know what I'm saying? So last on the word is the last word on the list is Ninth Amendment. So Ninth Amendment to the U.S. Constitution provides that the immunization in the Constitution of certain rights shall not be construed to deny or disparage others retained by the people. So words for this week is dissolution, in person, nihilist, and Ninth Amendment. Uh, Rowan Jack, you already have put alimony, so I got you for next week and for next episode. And nihilism is definitely what's wrong with the Crow. We definitely didn't need a Crow remix. You can never remake the Crow. Shout out and RIP to Bruce Lee's son, who did the original Crow. That will always be forever the classic and OG Crow, because that movie scared the shit out of me. This baby bullshit looks like some ass, and I'm not with that. The classic Crow is always gonna be the one for me.
Shout out to Tommy Lee, R.I.P. R.I.P. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, dope, bro, dope. Again, make sure y'all send my brother some words so you can look them up and bring it to you for the next show. All right, moving on to our next segment, Keep the Lie Live segment.
Keep the lie alive.
Lie Live. So my Keep the Lie Live for this episode is morality versus reality. I was watching one of my favorite shows. It's called Fatal Attraction. A dope TV series. There was one particular situation on that where a guy runs into a friend. A friend. She was going through something with her husband. The husband kicked her out. They got to talking. He was like, "Yo, you can move in with me and my daughter." She brought her and her 3 kids to move in with him and his daughter. Okay, now a romance started to form. Now they're together. So now that they're together, they got 4 kids to take care of. So after a while, things started getting a little rocky. Just so happens one day somebody knocks on the door. The girlfriend says that they was one of his friends and they was looking for him. The dude bum rushed himself into the house and knew exactly where to go. When the guy was standing in the bathroom. The guy comes in to murder him, and then he leaves. All right. Come to find out again that the girl lets him in to come body the boyfriend, because there's no way that some random guy would know when that boyfriend get home. There was text messages on saying, "Yo, now is the time for you to come in and handle business." Now the guy did it so he could have sex with the girl. The girl murdered the boyfriend because she was tired of the relationship and she felt like she could be able to get some of the insurance money to take off. So when she was down and out with her husband, this man, y'all friends from way back, moved you into his space, respect you enough to move you into his space and let your cut kids come with him. Now y'all the Brady Bunch. Now when things don't go right, you want out. Why can't she just say she wants out? She got this guy murdered and thought she was going to be able to get away with it, and come to find out she masterminded everything.
I mean, I'm not that smart. Y'all think y'all are. Like, trust me and believe. Like, people been getting murdered for insurance schemes for a very long time. Insurance companies, that's they bread and butter. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Hmm.
That's they bread and butter. The crazy thing is, if more people had insurance on them, there'll be a lot less murders, and then the murders would be solved a lot quicker
Hmm.
because the insurance companies don't want to pay out.
Right.
They're gonna find every kind of way to find out if this person violated the contract by being murdered in a certain type of way that can make the contract null and void. So
Hmm.
guess what? They're gonna send their best investigators to
Hmm.
find out what happened. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So so if more people had more insurance, best believe the murder rate would be down
Not
tremendously.
not to make fun of this, but I don't know if you remember the movie Chuck and Larry, and they sent the investigator to see if Chuck and Larry was really married, and he would go through the
Oh, I pronounce you
yeah,
Chuck and Larry. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yes, 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 and he was going through the garbage. He's like, yeah, this is not gay garbage. He's like, what are you talking about? Like, he's like,
Yeah,
yeah.
like I said in one of my movie selections, where I found out that's how you know about a person's life. You go through their garbage.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But you hire somebody to go through their garbage. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? If you
right,
desperate enough, you're gonna go through the garbage yourself.
right.
But that's the level that these insurance companies are willing to go. They're gonna hire somebody that's gonna go through your garbage. They're gonna follow you. They're gonna look real inconspicuous. You ain't even gonna know they're there. But they
Hmm.
over there to investigate your ass. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
if more people had insurance on them, then a lot of these crimes will be solved a lot faster, even if it's police shooting. Oh, best believe those are the best.
Yes. Yeah.
Motherfuckers gonna pay. You know
Yeah.
what I'm
Yes.
saying? You gonna not to knock death,
Right.
but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But this is how we will be able to protect certain things. Like if we were knew about insurance and understood how insurance goes a long way, not only protecting yourself is not about death benefits, it's about being your own bank and all these other things. But for the conversation we having right now, that's why they're able to find out that she was the mastermind behind all that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you have insurance and then all of a sudden you die and then you know what I'm saying? They're gonna find out like the beneficiary is the first person they're gonna look at.
Yeah.
Oh, they've been
Hmm.
trying to kill people for insurance since the 18th century. This is an old game from way, way back. So-called black people, y'all late to this. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So-called white people been doing this for a long time. This they bread and butter.
Yeah.
All them shows have always been about I gotta kill Larry for the insurance policy. You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
soon they can go off with Chet to Hawaii and live their jet setting life and he gonna be on the beach surfing all day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. 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 Facts.
So they've been doing this a long time. So it's
And,
sad that this man put his faith and trust in this woman by bring her into his home.
mhm.
And you see, like men love more conditionally than women do. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro just really looked out and he got fucked over in the end, left his kids without a father because he want to help this bum. Like, he should have said no and thought about himself and his family as the only priority. You know what I'm saying? But he had a
Mhm.
good heart. So I can't knock that man for having a good heart. It's just she was just a cold person that used him. You know what I'm saying?
So it gets me to thinking, which is more important, having morality or being based in reality? Because I honestly believe it's case by case. Because we also deal with the fact of like women and men when it gets physical, right? So when we hear both men and women get physical with each other, and you think about it like, yo, your morality is saying that, yo, it's wrong to put your hands on a woman. It's wrong to even try to protect a woman, because I was in a situation years ago, and I've told you this before, where I had a cousin and her boyfriend was putting his hands on her. I intervened, got him together, and now my cousin wanted to put press charges on me. And this is somebody I call cousin. This is not like, I can't say the exact relation, but this is a family. This is a person that I know, that we are family. I intervened, and she wanted to press charges on me because I took care of her boyfriend for putting his hands on her. So my ex at the time was like, yo, next time, don't help her. My mother, next time, don't help her. Because now you're going to be put in a situation where the trajectory of your life is going to be completely changed. You're no longer going to be around your daughter anymore. You're no longer going to be around me and your loved ones, and and helping and taking care of us. So, which is more important, morality or reality? Because if most men, if they see a woman getting handled, innately we want to protect, or at least stop the situation. We really want to stop the situation. We don't want to sit there and tussle with no dude just because he wilding you up. We want to stop the situation. But if we're going to tussle, we're going to get it popping. So innately, that's what we do. But what if he would have turned around, instead of taking his lumps like a man, he goes to his car, get a gun, and blow my head off? Now, what if he does that? Now, what do my parents say? What do my daughter say? What does any of the people that love me say? Should have mind his business. But innately, it's wrong. My morality is telling me, yo, this is wrong. Yo, bro, like, you gotta stop, bro. I know this is none of my business. You absolutely right. But I can't watch you whoop her ass like this, bro. So which is more important? The morality or the reality of the situation? Because I learned then to mind my business after that. The best you're gonna get out of me is a phone call to the police. Hey, police, I'm seeing some domestic violence. You need to get somebody over at such and such and such. What's your name? It's an anonymous caller. Get over here. Because I'm putting my life on the line for somebody that I think that is worth me putting my life on the line for. And then had turned around for her to want to press charges. And the only reason why the case didn't go through, because he dropped the charges. Not my family. He did. So what do you feel is more important? Your morality or reality?
Reality, because reality is where I live in. You know what I'm saying? Because I could have all the morals in the world. If I'm dead, what the fuck does it matter? You know what I'm saying? So the reality is that's not my business. It's not my family. I don't know this person. It's not my problem. That's how I feel. Because I'm not jumping in. I haven't seen too many people lost their lives jumping in for situations that had no business. They had no business doing. You know what I'm saying? Yes, they had the great morals. They wanted to stop it. But then the end result is you're dead. So was that a right move? You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
at the end of the day, it's like reality is I'm not jumping in. If you're not my family member, if you're not somebody I love, you're not somebody I know like that, and I really truly care for, I'm not jumping in. That's how I see it. I don't give a fuck how anybody feel about it, because at the end of the day, I gotta live for my daughter. Nobody give a fuck about men. You know what I'm saying? So it's that's the way the reality is. Then I gotta make smart decisions for me, regardless of people's feelings. So it is what it is. If you my family member, you know what I'm saying? Then it's a different story. If you asking me for help, that means you really need it, really and truly need my help. So that means I'm gonna go all out for you. Because you wouldn't, if you family and you somebody I love, you wouldn't put me in a position to then now turn around and flip it on me. When you ask me for help, you know what I'm saying? I was chilling playing NCAA. You called me. You got me out my seat for to help you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to make duplicitous top three, and you just ruined the shit by calling me with this frivolous nonsense. You chose that man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just like I chose duplicitous to take Utah State
Stop.
to the bowl game. You know what I'm saying?
Stop.
We all
Stop.
make choices in life. So you feel me?
Yo,
Next,
stop.
next, next dude is Tarjan Washington, and he gonna take he gonna take Revolutionary University.
Oh,
Yo,
stop.
we gonna go to the bowl game. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, shut.
My nigga Khalil Mack gonna take us all the way to the top, baby. That's the choices I'm making in reality. That's the shit that keeps me alive. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, hold on. Quick shout out to Thaddeus Horn. He just rushed for 3,000 yards for the third season in a row. My junior running back. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Thaddeus Horn. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Thaddeus. You know what I'm saying? Big
Fre-
T, you heard?
Fresno State. You heard? Fresno State. Shout out to Thaddeus Horn. You know what I'm saying? Help me win a couple of national titles. You know what I'm saying? He won the Heisman 3 times in a row, rushed for over 3,000 yards per season. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Thaddeus Horn. Chill. You know what I mean?
That's what we doing now. Our choice is to be in the crib. We're gonna play some NCAA, and we're gonna be cool. We're not gonna answer these calls about, oh, my man did this. That's the man you chose. You chose that man. The moment you saw that there was a level of violence in him, why did you not leave? You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it's a decision you made. Like, it's messed up that bro looked out the way he did, and then she took his love and kindness and then just did that. I just hope they throw her underneath the jail. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You gotta
Yeah.
do life
Yeah.
off rip.
And
Plus
correct.
25 years and then an additional 120.
Yeah.
You know how
Facts.
they do us. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So
That's
keep it equal, baby.
And correction, I think I said Tommy Lee. I meant Brandon Lee. Shout out to my bro Biggs in the building. I meant Brandon Lee. I think I said Tommy Lee, Brandon Lee. But yeah, I agree with you. Like I believe she got life. Her and the guy got life because it was now you leave both families without a mother and a father because that particular guy, his baby mother left.
Unfortunately, it's three families. The goofy guy who wanted
Yeah.
to have sex
Yes.
with
Yeah.
his illegitimate fucking thought process. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So this
Facts.
one woman destroyed three families.
Yes. Yes.
That's crazy work, son. Crazy
Yeah.
work. You see
Diabolical.
how women can destroy whole nations. This is a perfect example of a woman destroying a whole nation. You know what I'm saying? Off
If,
this one decision alone.
if one could destroy 3 families.
That's a whole generation right there. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole nation right there. You destroyed the current generation and the next generation coming up after them.
Mm-hmm.
Just off this one move alone. One play.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Yeah.
One move on the chessboard. Now the whole game corrupted. The whole game done.
Yeah.
Over with. You gotta slap the whole chessboard off the table. It's done. That's it. Off that move alone. Crazy work.
So morality versus reality. I'm choosing reality every time. I feel like I have people in my life that actually care about me. And I love that answer where you said if your family, because you know me, there's a difference between relatives and family. Relatives will find every excuse to disrespect you. Family will find every excuse to respect you. Your relatives and family can be one and the same, but relatives is your bloodline. Your family is who shows up for you, period, point blank. So I'm choosing reality over morality.
And I'm choosing Butter Washington from Alcorn State, top receiver, you know what I'm saying? In the SUAC, you know what I'm saying? 6'4", 250. You heard about him. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. He's doing work. Butter Washington. You gotta watch out for him. I'm telling you.
Yo,
I
bro,
Butters Washington.
get out the SUAC and join the Sun Belt. Like get
You know
out
what
the.
I'm saying? Butters Washington is getting crazy. I'm telling you, son.
All right, y'all. Yo, it's been a show. Thank y'all for tuning in. Episode 85. We appreciate you so much. Next episode 86, we're gonna do some giveaways. So make sure you come back and you tap in. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and that notification bell. We love. We love y'all in the comments. Y'all trying to crack jokes. Y'all chiming in on the answers. We love that. We love the engagement. We appreciate y'all wholeheartedly. We want to thank some of the sponsors of the show: Bravo Section, Button Snaps, and OUV Records. If you're interested in becoming one of the sponsors of the show, you can hit me on Instagram at Ashley Lovechild, or you can hit my brother on his Instagram at
Bravo section _.
So if you're interested in becoming one of the sponsors of the show, hit us up on Instagram. Also, make sure you tap into the Overstand podcast, Why Understand, where you can overstand every Monday at 9:30. Again, this is the Cannon Brothers Get a Rap podcast, and we're on every Sunday and Thursday night at 10:30. It's been another episode. Make sure y'all tap back in episode 86 this Thursday at 10:30. We're going to do some giveaways again. Now, I got a new EP coming out soon. Sorry about that. I got a new EP coming out soon called Summer of '08. So make sure y'all be on the lookout for that. Bro, you want to plug something in before we get up out of here? Pause.
I'll check y'all on Thursday.
All right, you already know what time it is. It's always love, and we'll be back, y'all. We out of here.